Hi Vijay,
Hi.
welcome back.
Yeah, thanks, Aditya.
You were telling us today about the importance of vocal recording
Yeah,
and importance of voice processing in a song.
right.
So, all yours.
Actually, a song means what is a song is the most important part of the song. The element of the song is the vocal, and everything else is kind of an accompaniment for the song. That is how actually it started. Singing. It used to be singing only first.
Yes.
Then the singing was accompanied by a couple of instruments. Then it evolved, and the entire orchestra thing came in the picture. So which completes the full spectrum of the sound. So the vocal being the most important part of the song, it should get the right importance while it is being recorded. Like right from the choosing the right microphone, placing it right, having a right room for your vocal recording, then the right preamps, and finally the right processing on the voice. How you make the voice sit into your track, because nowadays the track is made first and then the vocals are placed on that.
Correct.
So of course this is I'm explaining this for my friends who are new into the field, because this is a very basic thing. So it's mainly for the people who are starting afresh now.
Yes.
So they should keep one thing in mind, that as I said before, that it should be a right studio, right uh, place, well treated place for the vocal dubbing, because you should keep one thing in mind, that while the microphone is catching the direct signal with what you are singing, it's also catching the room reflections,
Hmm.
so that little bit of reverberation or little bit of slap back can spoil the song also. So basic thing is that you should have the right room for that. Then you should choose the right microphone for that. It's I don't want to get into too much of technicalities, because it's for the beginners. So I'm not saying that you should open the manual and see the performance of the microphone and the graph. Of course, what especially when you buy the microphones, you ask one of your friends or something that what kind of microphone I should buy for this kind of thing. So if you have couple of microphones, you just place them and check the vocalist on both of them, and which one sounds better, use that. So right choice of microphone is important. Then it comes to the preamp. If you are having good console or something, nothing like it. But most of the times what happens, that the new guys, the new engineers, they start with a smaller setup, where the console is nowhere in the picture. In that case, that goes directly into the interface of the DAW. So I suggest that go in for a good preamp, not very expensive, but to start with good preamps which have good performance. Tweak the voice in the right way with the compression and all. When you are having a good preamp, your half of the work is done there itself, because having a good preamp is the 50% of recording the good voice. So after having a good preamp, it comes to your compression and your processing, which is your mind, because everything else, microphone is doing its job, you don't have to do anything to it. Preamp is doing its own job, you don't have to do anything. But to tweak the compressions and EQ, that's your mind. So there is something what you are actually doing something. So here comes the most important part. You should understand the importance of compression and how to use that for that particular voice. Because what happens, sometimes some people say that can you please give me the preset of this particular software compressor for this voice. For instance, I'm recording Suniri's voice, so is there any preset? There is no preset, because the thing is that it's about the pitch of that song, it's about the range of that song, how loud that song is going to be, how the singer is performing on that particular day. Is he or she is having bad throat, or she is having open voice on that day. So it completely changes according to that. So you can actually do, you cannot have any preset for any particular singer. You have to change it on every day for every single song and for every single studio. That changes according to all these factors, change drastically in that thing. So you cannot say that one particular compression, particular compressor is set to these parameters and it will work fine on that singer. That doesn't happen. So you actually have to see that how loud that song is going on particular part and how soft it is going. That is how you have to set your threshold. So if it is too loud, it has to control that signal, and if it is too soft, your makeup gain should make it up. So this is very tricky thing, because if you use the compressor wrong way, it can spoil your voice, and if the voice is not good, your song will not sound good. So of course we don't have any singer right now here to explain that, but technical I'll explain, and I will show you some pre-recorded audio clips. So the importance of compression and the right usage of a compressor is very important thing. Later on, Aditya, we will do that exercise also.
Sure.
We will record a singer and demonstrate that also.
Excellent.
And if you can use a hardware compressor, nothing like it. If the budget does not support you, you can use the software compressor.
Original.
Original, because I do that.
Right.
I say that I do use all the original plugins.
Thank you.
And one thing you should make sure about it, that while recording the voice, you should not use intense compression on that, because an intense compression, intense EQ, any processing for that matter, you should keep that headroom and that thing for your post thing. Because nowadays it's not that you recorded the song and it is ready and it is going on the CD or on the tape. Now you really get good time to mix the song and for the post production. So ideally you should record your voice with the minimal processing on that, just taking care of that it does not saturate on the mic, it does not go too low, because then if you push it too much, that noise to sound ratio will play in its part on that. So you should get a decent level with not too much of saturation and not too weaker recording. Then you have lots of headroom to play later with your voice. Because what happens, probably you are recording the voice with some 8 to 10 tracks, which are the basic tracking for the vocal dubbing. After that, the arranger will put in so many things on that. So the level of your vocals and the processing of your vocal will change drastically later. So for that you have to take care that the voice is recorded with the lesser processing on that, but very careful and nice and thick voice. So that you get the better headroom for the post production on that. So we'll just see some samples which we have right now with me. So we have a song here which I had recorded for my friend Salil Kulkarni, and Sunidhi has sung that song. I have the audio clips here to explain. There is a cue track in the session, and there is a final recorded track of Sunidhi which is ready for the mixing. So I will just explain you the difference. That cue track is obviously recorded on a small handheld microphone at the time of programming
By the singer?
by
the
composer himself. So the thing is that it is recorded flat. There is no compression happening, there is no EQ happening on the voice. And the voice we have recorded in the studio with Neumann M149, and that coming into the Manley Vox box here, and that thing coming into the console. So using these gears and this fantastic room, I will show you the very basic thing. This is a line.
The one in blue?
Yeah, the blue, the purple one. This is the cue track. So what I was telling, that if you don't use the compression, what's happening that the loud notes are appearing louder and the really softer notes are going too soft. So what happens is in this section later on, if you push this thing, you will definitely get some noise along with that to push. But at the time of recording only, if you use the right way, use right amount of compression on that, you will see this is the main voice track, which is pretty much straight in thickness. Even later on it goes into higher notes. And if you listen to the finally recorded voices, it goes like this. Even if it goes on the chorus part of the song, you don't feel too much of level difference in this. So this is the right way of recording. Again I'm explaining that this is for the people who are starting afresh. This is very basic things, so that the engineer should not feel that what this rubbish and very basic things I'm explaining. But this is for the beginners. And then what happens, you really have good amount of headroom to play with here. Then you go in, use some compressor, like I'm using a basic compressor here. Which will make your voice even uh, even which will make your voice even in the mix, and it will make it sit right in the track. After that you can have your EQs, because the voice was recorded flat with a little bit of uh, compression on that, and the flat EQ, you can go ahead and tweak your voice the way you want, because you have not committed with some intense processing on that. You can go ahead and process it to make it sit in the track. And so many other processing according to your song or your taste. So these are very small things but very important things while you are recording the voice, and of course not only recording the voice but later on post production of voice and the processing and making it sit in the track. This is the very important thing. Thank you.
Thank you so much.